Setting is one of the most versatile skills in volleyball. You can use it as defense to receive a serve or spike. You can use it to set up a spike, and you can also use it as an attack while you push over the net or into somebody's block. It's seriously one of the best skills in volleyball to get better at. And I also know it's one of the hardest skills because there's so many subtle things to our setting technique, and we change one thing and it sort of acts like a Word document when you move a photo and it just jumbles up and you're like, oh my goodness, what's going on? Today I'm gonna give you 3 tips on how to get more controlled, consistent, and powerful sets. Let's get started. When I coach any player and I'm looking at their skills, what I look at first is their footwork. That's what connects you to the world. 2 feet on the ground, full control. 1 foot on the ground, half control. No feet on the ground, no control. The first thing I look for with setters is how many feet do they have on the floor. With beginners, I see a lot of this. I see this. We walk into it on 1 foot. You only have half the amount of control when you have 1 foot on the ground. And then even worse, I see people setting and they're on 1 foot and they're moving backwards. Now that is a recipe for disaster. So if you want more control in your sets, you need more control over your body. The first thing you need to do is have both feet stuck to the floor before, during, and after your set. We don't want messy setting. We don't want 1 foot setting. And while we're learning, we don't want jump sets either. I want to see both feet stuck in the mud while you set. We have a strong foundation. We have a strong set. Sometimes when you're setting, you may feel, oh my goodness, why does it change every single time? It doesn't feel like I'm changing anything. We don't really think about our footwork when we set. We're completely focused on this ball and our motion here that we forget about what our feet are doing. We need those feet stuck in the mud. And if they are, we've stopped all those extra variables. So instead of moving, judging like this, setting like this, same set every single time. Oh my goodness, it's so freaking easy, bro. So your first step to getting better at setting is to stop taking steps. I want both feet stuck on the ground. If we can do that, we can get better at setting. That means you're gonna have to read the ball a lot better. You're gonna have to be faster. You're gonna have to get in position faster. If you're not, you're gonna be late, you're gonna be running around, or I misjudged it. Getting better at reading and having your feet stuck in the ground. Move fast, be quick, get there early. Bang, 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 you will become a better setter. If you continue to keep setting off 1 foot or skipping, you're not gonna know what's going wrong with your setting. You're gonna be like, oh, I'm not a setter, I don't wanna set anymore. We need to get our foundation in check first. Now, something that can help is when you're practicing, ask a friend or your coach, hey, can you look at my footwork before, during, and after? It's really important to get all 3. Now, if you don't have a coach, consider going to a local club or local training session. If you're in Brisbane, Australia, I run trainings Wednesday and Sunday, and I can tell you what you're doing wrong, what you're doing right, and how you can get better. Consider joining a club, consider Skybound Volleyball. The next major error I see a lot of beginners do is they set like this. Players do this because it's convenient. Because they see the pass, they watch the ball, and then they just stand there and try and set left or right. There's a big issue here. 1, it's harder, it's unnatural. Think about how our bodies move. Well, our bodies are really good at moving forward. They're really good at moving backwards. They're not very good at moving side to side, okay? And that goes for our arms as well. Forward and backwards, very, very easy for our limbs to do that. Sideways, it gets really limiting because your bloody head's in the way, mate. I know a few of you are gonna say, yeah, well, it feels more comfortable when I set like this. And I know you say that because I used to say that to my coach. Mr. Hatch, I'm sorry about that. That's my bad. So don't go gaslighting me saying, oh, it's easier to do it this way. I know for a fact it isn't, because I used to do it. And I used to suck at setting. Oh, I'm setting right. I'm setting right. I'm setting left, I'm setting left, okay? You're giving it away in your hand motions. Take a look at this. This way, where am I setting? Who knows? I'm setting backwards. You didn't know that. I didn't even know that. I made the decision at the last second, bro. And if you did, you're lying. I know you didn't know. That's beside the point. Setting to the side is really awkward for our bodies. It's not natural, and it gives a lot of weight to the opponent. They can read you like a book. So this is what we're gonna do. We're going to face our target. Our target is the spiker, so I wanna set towards the spiker, or where they're going to contact it. A good way of thinking about it is set towards the post. And if we're facing it with our whole body, you're gonna be way more successful. Now, you may hear coaches say, oh, you need to square up. To me, that never really made sense. It It doesn't like click in my head. Oh, that's what I need to do, square up. It doesn't do the thing in my head. So I don't really like the idea of square up. It doesn't make any sense, and it sounds a bit lame as well. So I went out and asked my coaching friends, and one of my coaching friends got back to me. She's an awesome setter, and she's an awesome coach that I respect a lot, and she's a bit of a goofball. So this is what she said. She said, I get my players to pretend there's laser beams on their hips, and they need to aim those laser beams at the post, which I think is brilliant. So instead of just facing the target, we're actually gonna face our whole body, get those laser beams on our hips to face our target, which is going to be the post. We're going to set in that direction. Instead of doing this motion here, we need our whole body facing the post. So instead of setting like this, we face the target, we have laser beams on our hips. Oh my goodness. Ayah, that's a hot set. Damn, what's that? That's hot. Instant improvement. It's harder? Yeah, it is. Of course it's harder because you need to read the ball more, you need to get your body in position, and then you can set a laser beam those hips to the post. And you may be thinking, what do I do for back sets if I've got laser beams here? Pretend the laser beams are pointing that way as well and face them to that post back there. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. That's hot. That is hot. If you continue to set over your body, you will have a different set every single time. You won't be able to generate as much power and you won't be as consistent. If you do use these laser beams, face the post and set, you will have a much more consistent set. Even doing it just then, I felt better. I felt empowered. I felt amazing. And I want you to feel amazing too. So laser beams on hips, face post, set 2 feet on the floor. Let's get to the next lesson. Oh, I'm hungry. Now we're focused on our feet. Oh, my knees. We focused on our hips and shoulders. Now we're gonna be focusing on your physical contact point to the ball. In this video, we're working on getting you more consistent. We're trying to have more consistent movements with our feet, more consistent movements with our body, and now I want more consistent movements with your hands. This is what I see a lot of from beginners. Did you see what I was doing wrong? I set and then my hands just came straight back down. We're doing a lot of movement here. I don't know why we do that. A lot of players do it. It just happens. I don't know why. But what I want you to do differently is have a consistent contact point and your hands need to stay above your head. So when we set, I want hands to hold above your head still. Longer than you think. I say hold for a second, count to a second in your head. Set 1, and then you can bring down. I need you to over-exaggerate what you're doing. So many times when I tell players to hold it, they go set and still come down. They think they're holding, you're not. Count to a whole second. Set, hold those hands above the head still. We need to exaggerate the solution, and you're gonna learn much faster. All of this video, feet, shoulders, arms, hands, is all about taking away unnecessary movements. This is unnecessary movements from the hand. Let's only do the most essential movements. That's hot. Some of you are acting like there's recoil on your set. No recoil, we want firm and stiff setting. Remember, this is just the start. I want you to focus on exaggerating that motion, keeping your hands above your head, and then we can get better from there. Yeah, this is step 1. This isn't step 50. We're not doing advanced setting. We're doing the beginner stuff. Exaggerate, hands above head, stay there for a second, and then relax. You will become a much more consistent setter because our movements are much more consistent. We're not changing them every single time we do an action. We need to stay consistent. Bang. Oh, how easy is that to stay consistent? It's too easy. It's too easy. If you continue to set and have a recoil to it, you're gonna have a different set every single time because you're having different movements every single time. It's the follow through, so we don't consider it too much, but it does make a difference. If you follow these 3 tips and break these 3 bad habits, you will become a more accurate setter. You will become more consistent in your movements and you will become more confident in your setting. You get better with your practice, so go practice setting consistently with consistent movements. Good, Johnny! I want to thank McGregor State High School for partnering with Coach Artie and Skybound Volleyball. They run a volleyball program at their school, so if you're interested in becoming better at volleyball, consider McGregor State High School as your next high school because they will support you to be the best that you can be.